Opening soft music, ambient village sounds fade in narrator gentle voice. In a small village, nestled between quiet hills and whispering trees, lived a boy named Rayan. To the world, he was just another kid. But inside his heart, something had changed, something that made him a stranger even to himself. Rayan was 12. Once, he'd wake up early with the spark in his eyes. He'd race the wind on his bicycle, shout greetings to neighbors, and spend his evenings chasing butterflies under the golden sun. But now, he barely lifted his head, unless there was a notification, sound effect, notification ding, a slow scroll sound narrator. It started small, just a game here and there, a few videos before bed, but like a slow, silent thief, the mobile phone crept deeper into Rayan's world, until one day, it became his world. His parents watched, helpless. Mother softly, to herself, "He doesn't even look at me anymore. I miss my boy." Father sternly, "We didn't raise him to stare at screens all day. Where is his curiosity? Where is his life?" Cut to morning in the house, mother calling, "Mother, Rayan, time for breakfast." Narrate, no response. His room was a glowing cave of silence, lit only by the blue light of his phone. Half-finished homework lay scattered on his desk, textbooks unopened, a soccer ball untouched in the corner. Narrator softly, time was slipping through his fingers, but Rayan didn't notice. Scene change, school classroom, murmurs of students, teacher firmly, "Rayan, can you tell us the answer to question 4? Narrate, Rayan didn't lift his head. He was too busy unlocking a new character in a game. His fingers twitched, eyes glued to the screen below his desk. Teacher disappointed, "Stay after class." Narrator, later that day, his teacher called his parents. Teacher on phone, "He's bright, or he was, but lately, he's lost in his own world. I fear we're losing him." Scene change. Home tense, dinner table, father angry, "Do you even hear us, Rayan? What's happening to you?" Rayan barely looking up, "I'm fine, Dad, just leave me alone." Narrator emotionally, those words, "leave me alone," hit harder than any scream. Night scene, Rayan in bed, screen glowing. Narrator, that night, as the world slept, Rayan's thumbs moved like clockwork. Swipe, tap, scroll. Hours passed unnoticed, but something strange was coming. Fade to next morning, eerie silence. Narrator whispering, the next morning, the world was quiet, too quiet. Rayan's alarm didn't ring. He blinked groggily, then reached for his phone. Battery, 100%. Time, 7 o'clock a.m. But something was wrong. The numbers on the clock didn't change. 7 o'clock. Still 7 o'clock. Forever 7 o'clock. He ran downstairs. Rayan confused. "Mom? Dad?" Narrator, no answer. The house felt frozen. The wall clock stuck. Microwave timer stuck. Even the cuckoo clock above the fireplace refused to chirp. Sound design, eerie ticking, then silence. Opening sound, faint ticking, then silence, a soft wind through the trees. Narrator gentle, deep voice. When Rayan opened his eyes, he was no longer in the forest. He was standing in an empty room. Infinite, white, and endless. In front of him stood the guardian of time, still cloaked in shadow and stars, his voice echoing like wind through an hourglass. Guardian, calm but firm. "Rayan, the world has stopped for you. But time never truly stops. It waits for no one. This is your final chance to reclaim what you've lost." Narrator, Rayan stood still, nervous, afraid. But something inside him had changed. This time, he didn't look for his phone. He looked inside himself. Rayan softly, "What do I have to do?" Guardian, "You must complete 3 trials. Each will show you what you've forgotten, what you've broken, and what you still can save." Music builds, suspenseful yet emotional. Trial 1, the room of forgotten moments. Narrate, a door appeared. Rayan stepped through, and suddenly, he was in his own home, only not as it was now. It was alive. Laughter echoing, warm sunlight through the window. His mother laughing as she stirred a pot. His father helping him build a kite. Rayan tearful, "I remember this. Guardian, you were 9. You had no phone. You didn't even ask for one. You asked for time. To talk. To play. To be seen. Narrator. Suddenly, the memory flickered. The light dimmed. Rayan saw a version of himself older, slouched at the dinner table, earbuds in, phone in hand. His mother spoke, but he didn't answer. She slowly walked away. Guardian softly. She kept cooking, but she stopped smiling. Rayan ashamed. I didn't know. I didn't see her. Narrator. The room began to vanish. The Guardian looked at him. Guardian. If you had only 1 hour to relive any moment, would you choose a screen? Or this? Rayan whispers. This. Every single time. The door opens to the next trial. Trial 2. The Mirror of Consequence. Narrator. Rayan stepped through the next door, into a mirror maze, but these mirrors didn't show his reflection. They showed realities. In one, he saw himself as a teenager, sitting alone in a classroom, friends laughing together without him. Why? Because he had ghosted them too many times. Always too busy, too distracted. They gave up. In another mirror, he was older, 20, slouched on a couch, surrounded by empty takeout boxes, playing games. At 3 a.m., his phone buzzed with dozens of messages ignored. Family calls missed. Job interviews skipped. Guardian? This is the life you are choosing, Rayan. Piece by piece, scroll by scroll. Rayan voice breaking. Stop, please. Narrator. He saw another mirror. One that broke him. His mother, older now, sitting on the porch. A birthday cake on the table. She waited and waited, but he never came. Rayan sobbing. I was supposed to visit. She called. I said I'd come. Guardian firm. But you didn't. You were too busy, doing nothing. Narrator. The mirror cracked. Rayan fell to his knees. Narrator warm, gentle voice. Some clocks just tick, but others, they change lives. Rayan was no longer the boy who wasted time. He was no longer the boy who vanished behind a screen. He had changed, but what he didn't know yet was that his change would begin to change the world. A new morning. Narrator. 3 weeks had passed since Rayan's awakening. Each day, he woke up with purpose. No alarm, no phone, just a beating heart, and a promise to himself. Never again will I lose time, it cannot get back. He made his bed. He ate breakfast with his mom. He asked his dad about his day. He smiled at his old grandfather. Time had become his best friend. Scene transition. School classroom. Narrator. At school, something extraordinary began to happen. When the teacher asked questions, Rayan didn't just answer, he listened. Really listened. He didn't just wait for his turn to speak. He valued every second someone shared their thoughts. It was contagious. Friend 1. Hey, where's your phone? Rayan smiling. I left it at home. Try it. You'll feel alive. Narrator. The first boy tried it for a day, then a girl, then another. Soon, Rayan's class had a new rule, not made by teachers, but by hearts. No screens during break. Only life. Scene. Playground. Laughter. Joy. Real connection. Narrator hopeful. Games came back. So did friendship. Laughter wasn't typed anymore, it was heard, loud and bright under the sky. And Rayan? He was leading it all, but quietly, gently, like a clock that just ticked forward. The grandfather's legacy. Scene. Evening at the porch. Rayan and his grandfather sitting quietly. Narrator. Rayan visited his grandfather more often now. No phone. No rush. Just stories. And silence. Grandfather. You've become a keeper of time, my boy. Rayan. I wasted so much of it, Grandpa. Grandfather smiling. That's why you treasure it now. Narrator. One day, his grandfather took out an old, worn box. Inside it, a beautiful, antique pocket watch. Its cover etched with strange markings. Its hand still, frozen at 11:59. Grandfather. This watch has been passed down in our family. It ticks for those who understand time. It stopped the day your father stopped believing in one. Maybe you can make it tick again. Softly. How, grandfather? You'll know when the world moves because of you. A school project that changed lives. Narrator. Rayan's school held a competition. Topic: how would you make the world better? Most wrote essays. Rayan? He lived one. He proposed a time week. No mobile phones, no gadgets, just connection, stories, games, time.